Hello and welcome back to Bolt. This is Bio Enchanted, and today we'll be going through a rather interesting level, but it's also quite a difficult one if you try, especially if you're trying to get all of the items, because there's a lot of items in this level, so many items to get. So you have to basically break everything. Of course, you have to stop enemies spawning. They spawn through those green doors, so just do that, you can pull these trucks in the way of the green doors, which will get rid of the enemies that spawn from there, but generally, as you can see here, that can be a bit of a problem if the enemies get all close to you, so you kind of need to lure them away a bit, so that you can easily get back to the truck. Yeah, I took a lot of damage there, but yeah. There's a power upgrade there. There's basically an upgrade in every corner of this room. By corner I really mean quadrant. Plus another one that's kind of like sneakily hidden. Another item that's kind of sneakily hidden. So now they're out of the way, let's get this truck out of the way. So at least block off half the enemies from getting back in. I do like the enemies have friendly fire, but it means certain enemy types like the whip could actually be really useful if you can get them to hit the other enemies around them, because they have very wide reach, so that could be quite useful. They're easiest to use than the bombs. But yeah, that's one of the more sneaky unlocks, that Mega Maze. Yeah, it really feels like there should be something on top of these trucks, but there isn't. They're just there to block the doors off. But I'm deliberately holding off on doing that because, again, when we block the doors off, it will trigger the next section of the thing. And I don't want to lose out on getting the items. So I'm just kind of like stalling pretty much while I let my meters fill up so that I can do things and let enemies break boxes if I can. Yeah, this level's very involved when it comes to getting all the items. There we go, now I've got everything in the room. So let's actually finish this off by closing off this door, shall we? I also quite like the truck can actually kind of run over the other characters if they get caught on it, that's quite fun. But now something very dangerous is going to happen. These guys are really irritating because they can move deceptively fast because of how they attack. These big guys really like to roll into a ball and really home in on you, and they can do a lot of damage very quickly, and they're just generally a nightmare to deal with. They're so irritating. And especially it doesn't help, and again, friendly fire is really handy to have, but it doesn't help that I'm very low on health from collecting all the items and wasting all that time, and therefore getting hit a lot by things that I shouldn't be really being hit by. So I've lost a lot of health, and that was just because I was trying to get all the items, so kind of not paying attention that much to the actual fight, and therefore taking stupid risks and stupid hits. But yeah, things like that can be a bit of a nightmare because those guys really home in on you when they start rolling. So trying to avoid them can be a real nightmare. But yeah, I left this death in just so that I could show off how dangerous these big guys are. They are very nasty to fight, but at least now that I've respawned, it kind of is, I only have to really deal with him. And I'm also very close to actually getting the super abilities with that little yellow meter, so we're going to focus on getting that up so that I can use my super attacks on the big guy just to get rid of him as fast as I possibly can. Because they block a lot and their attacks are very difficult to avoid. They are one of the more hairy enemies in the game to fight. There we go. Activate and beat this guy up. Didn't really take much. I think he just kind of clipped the level and died there, but you know, at least I got rid of him, which is a big load off because he is a very dangerous foe. A neat one though, he's different, he's just kind of annoying to fight. That's just an example of one thing I do like about the game is the enemy variety. I mean, he's a very goofy kind of character that doesn't, like, you wouldn't expect to see him because the other members are kind of realistic in how they fight and things, so to have someone like that that's at least like, it's kind of goofy, but it fits the style of the game, and it's a nice surprise to have someone like that show up as a goon to fight. Again, it's not as predictable as some of the other enemy types. Well, the very enemy types actually remind me strongly of the game EOE, Age of Extinction, because of the whole, like, all these enemies having very different, like, weapons and different ways of attacking. The main difference in EOE was that you kind of had the same weapons they did.
What? You gonna bite me?
EOE was a great game, I really like that game. I think we've only got one more guy to take down, so let's finish this fight off finally. It's a short level, but a very long fight. But now we're coming up to what's interesting about this level. It's the first level in which both Bolt and Penny get an equal amount of... well, not really equal, but they both get something to do within one level without it transitioning to another level entirely. And yeah, I failed to jump there, but yeah. So I quite like that, because this is the point in the game where it really starts upping the stakes because of that kind of a fluid transition between Bolt and Penny compared to the rest of the levels, which are very kind of segmented. I mean, not all the levels from this point on will do that, but it will start happening from this point on, and that makes the level design a bit more interesting. Because it's not just a Bolt level or just a Penny level, it's a level that has aspects of both characters, and that's quite interesting. I quite like the music here as well, this is quite nice music. This is just a fun little idea as well. Bolt can use a cannon, and he, of course, is the cannonball. That's just a great thing, I really enjoy that.
Calicore shipment to Peitai, China Harbor. 5 days. I think we better stop these missiles.
So that was quite a fun level. You enjoy that one in general because it's the first one of that structure. The next video is actually going to be the last video in the dam as well, the dam's actual climax. So after this upcoming level, which will be next time, we'll finally be onto something visually new. Because this dam has taken a lot longer than I remember it being. I'll see you. Goodbye.